Hello VTubers, Philip here and welcome to a one-of-a-kind video. Last year I did a national championship video right when the national championships were going on in real life, and that was received with a lot of success. So I'm gonna repeat that. I'm gonna do it once again this year. I'm not gonna do the Australian championship because it was done in January and it's kind of redundant to do it now because there's no point, because there's no excitement. But from the championship of France, or the French championship, to the Ukraine championships, I'll be doing all these. I'll be showing you guys the final 20 kilometers of each national championship, and I will be commentating it as a real life commentator. I will be a neutral guy watching these races and giving you real time commentary. So see you guys in the first championship, which is going to be the French championships, and the favorites in this has to be guys like Vauclair, Chavanel, and so on. And we're in the final kilometers of the French National Championship, and I gotta tell you, it's been quite an eventful day. The breakaway got away early in this 200-kilometer stage. It was Jean Marino, it was, what's his name, I don't even know, Mollard, De Gregorio, the guy who used to ride for Frances Deschamps and used to win stages in the Tour de France, and then last but not least, we have Doval, known for his Team Lacoste performance. But they got a total amount of time of 45 minutes and now riding away from the peloton, and I think it's safe to say the peloton won't reach the won't go across the line within the time zone. It's gonna be a time limit. It's gonna be quite difficult for them to make up 45 minutes and 15 kilometers. But we see Mollard has left the other breakaway companions. He has left them. De Gregory sitting down there. He's pacing with Marino. Doval is just sitting. He's saving energy. He's hoping that the other guys will pace them down. He's maybe just not strong enough to follow the pace. The course is quite hilly, so if you don't have that hill style up, you will have a difficult time. But De Gregory is trying to catch up to Marino now. But De Gregory is dead. Both Doval and De Gregory is dead. It is between Marino and Mollard. Who's gonna be the national championship from the French country? See who's it gonna be. Mollard's got that 76 hill stat and he's driving away. He's looking really strong. He's got a 30-second time gap down to Marino, but Marino's closing that gap real soon now. He has learned from Peter Sagan, and he's learned from the very best and is trying to catch up now with 9 kilometers to go. Can Marino keep this up? Can Marino keep this up? No, he's losing time. He also looks like a dead man. He looks like a defeated man, and I think it's safe to say that he won't catch up because the time gap is growing down behind him. De Gregory and Doval can't do anything either, but Turgot has attacked away from the other guys in the peloton. He wants to fight for that 5th place. He wants to get that 5th place, but they still have 40 kilometers to go. It's quite a long way for them to go. In the front, though, Mollard is looking really good. Look at Mollard. He's looking really, really good, and he's doing the best. But I hear that De Gregory is attacked away from Doval. He's trying to get away. He's got 6 kilometers to go. Can he catch up to Marino and Mollard in the front? It's going to be quite the task for him, but can he do it? I mean, he's won stages before in the Tour de France, and we all know he's capable of winning stages, but can he do it in the French National Championship? Marino's trying to catch up, but they're now going into the circle. They're going into the final 3 kilometers. Mollard is seeing all the spectators cheering his name. Can he do it? Can he finish the job? He's got a minute down to Marino behind him. He's got to keep this up. He is running red lines. He don't care. He just wants to get that, tricot, that French tricot jersey. 1 kilometer to go. I think he can already start celebrating now. Mollard can start celebrating now because he has got this one in the bag. The French national championship, French national champion of 2014 will be Mollard from Confidence. It's Rudo Mollard. Jean Marino is gonna get 2nd place. De Gregory is gonna get 3rd, and we're gonna see Doval coming in 4th place. Down the peloton, they still have quite a lot of time to go, and I think it's safe to say they won't finish today's stage. So we have a first ever 4-man finish in a national championship, guys. We are within the final kilometers of the Spanish National Championship, and we have just had our first big attacks. Mikel Landa and Jorge Rojas is attacking away from the peloton. Also Daniel Navarro is trying to follow. Also Igor Anton is trying to follow, but all the way in the front we have Return from Burgers. He's trying to win this. He's trying to go alone, but we have a double team attack from Movistar. They're trying to get away, and we actually have a 5-man break. Mancebo, Landa, Navarro, Anton, and Rojas are getting away. Rojas is pacing for Navarro. They're trying to reach his final hill before the peloton does it, but they have a 17-second gap down to the peloton, and we see that Caio Real is really pacing hard. Mr. Rucker wants to catch him before that hill. Can they do it though? They have to keep up this high pace. We have a 7-man train from Caio Real trying to pace them down. They really want to ride this day away. Okay, here they go in the front though. We see Movistar doing all the work. They have 2 guys up here. The other breakaway companions want them to do all the work, and they have now caught the breakaway, and they have slowed down. It's all together going over this final hill. Who is going to be the Spanish National Championship? Who's gonna be the Spanish national champion of 2014? That was what I was trying to say. It looks very good for Caio Real. They've got David Arroyo to go for. They've also got Luis Leon Sanchez sitting nicely in the back, but he has to move up. Also, Movistar with their 8 guys up here looks really good. Who's it going to be though? 10 kilometers to go. Are we going to see any favorites attack on this hill? They have to go now. It's almost over, and here you go. Igor Anton is going again. Igor Anton and Joaquim Rogers are going together. A 2-man attack together. They're going to go, and Caio Real can't react fast enough. Oscar Freire is trying to break up. He's trying to catch up. He's trying to catch up. Can he do it though? And it looks like they can. They're not working together that well. Igor Anton and Joaquim Rogers are not working together that well. They only have 10 seconds, and they can't agree on who to pace for. They just can't agree. Now here we see Bilbao trying to catch him now. Bilbao setting a nice pace in the front of 6 kilometers to go. He's setting a high pace, and he's going to catch him. They only have a 10-second gap. I doubt they'll win this stage, and it looks good. Now Luis Leon Sanchez is going to go. No, he's just going to the front. He's just going for the position battle. On the right side, we see Ruben Plaza. Ruben Plaza is going to set a high pace now. 4 kilometers to go. Setting up any leader trains. We don't see any. Sabal's up here. Enrique Santos is up here. Igor Anton is going to get lit out by Rogers on the left side. Pros. It's going to be a mass sprint finish for the national championship in 2014 for Spain. Joaquim Rogers is looking good. Joaquim Rogers is the first guy to lead the final sprint. Enrique Santos is sitting up here from behind. Coldo Hernandez is going to go. Visocio is going to go. But in front of him, we have Pros. But on the outside, Enrique Santos is going to go for it. We have a turn. Here comes the final straight away. Who is it going to be? Coldo Fernandez is looking good. Coldo Fernandez is looking very good. But also Angel Visocio is trying to go for it. Also Enrique Santos on the outside. Is it going to be Enrique Santos or Fernando? It's going to be Fernando. I think Fernando's going the fastest. Is it going to be Tagami Shop? But from far away, Fernando Cruz is trying to get it, but he can't get it. But he's coming with high speed. He's coming with very high speed. The final gradients are a bit upward, so he can get it. But no, Coldo Fernandez, you are the 2014 edition Spanish national champion. Congratulations. What a sprint. What an unorganized sprint. It looked very good for Caio Real and Movistar, but neither of them managed to win this stage or this national championship. So I'll see you guys in the next one. We're within the final kilometers of the Italian National Championship, and as you see, the big favorites have attacked. We see Gavazzi attacking with Moreno Moser. Caruso is also going. Finetto is going. Macardo is going. Barbin is going. Caruso and also Brambilla are going. 8 guys have left the main group, and it does not look like guys like Nibali will react. Are they even in this race? Because a guy like Nibali should really be the favorite. Nibali decided not to go to the National Championship this year, which is quite understandable because he's got the Tour de France coming up. But a guy like him, with this course, would be the national champion without any doubt. But let's see, the 8 guys in the front has been caught now. They've been caught by Bardiani. It looks like Bardiani's setting something up for, are they setting something up for Batagling, or what are they setting up for? Let's see, Batagling stats. Batagling could definitely win the stage, so let's see if they're trying to set it up for him. They could also set it up for a guy like Pirazzi. Pirazzi's got good mountain stats, good hill stats, and could put in a really good attack. Let's see who's going to be there. We're reaching the final climb of the day. Who's going to be the guy who's going to cross the line first and wear the national championship jersey? My money is on a guy like Brambilla. A guy like Brambilla can attack and sprint at the same time. So let's see what he's going to do. I don't think he's done attacking for the day. He's going to attack any second. Look at him. He's making his move to the front. He is getting ready to attack. As soon as attacking stops the pace, a guy like Brambilla will go straight away. Here we go though. Here we're coming. We're going up the final climb of the day. This climb is not that steep, so it fits a healer. And here goes. Enrico Barbin is going. Enrico Barbin is going. Macardo is falling. Moser is falling. Who else is going to go for it? Brambilla is setting a nice pace in the front. He's a one-man army. He's a one-man team. He's going to go for it. Enrico Barbin is still in the front though. He's going to go to the left here, and can he get away from the peloton? No, he can. Marco Macarto is setting a nice pace in the front. He's trying to get it all collected to the finish line. He wants to catch him. He wants to wait for his teammates. On the outside, Moreno Moser is struggling to follow the pace. Also, Villela is struggling to follow the pace. Who else is up here? Who can sprint? Who can all sprint? Ponzi is struggling. Gavazzi is struggling. Can he follow though? Brambilla is setting a really huge pace. Only 15 guys left in the peloton. He's going to put in the final dig. He's going to put in the final dig. Brambilla's going to go over the line. He's going to go over the top first. He's going to be the first guys crossing this top, and he's got great downhilling ability, so watch out. He's going to go for it. Caruso's going for it. Caruso's going to go for it, but Brambilla has a 17-second gap, and the peloton has to pace really fast to catch him, because it looks really good. At this point of moment, it looks really good for Brambilla. Brambilla just has to keep this up, but there's separation in the peloton. The downhill is creating separation. Moreno Moser, Enrico Barbin, Mercado, and Caruso has created separation, and Caruso is trying to attack. He is trying to catch up to Brambilla in the front. He wants to get on his wheel, but Mercado is looking really good. Mercado is looking really good, but Caruso is setting a high pace. He wants to catch up, but Brambilla is still going. Brambilla is still looking strong. 3 kilometers left is between Brambilla and Mercado. Caruso's not looking bad either, but can they catch up though? Here they come. They can see the Flamme Rouge. They can see the Flamme Rouge. They have to go now though. They have to go now, but Brambilla looks to be dead. Brambilla looks to be dead. Mercado has the best possible wheeler, but he has to go now. Mercado has to go now. He doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize realize that Brambilla is the national champion from Italy. What a stage, what an exciting stage. And we see the Italians coming in now. That is the top 10 of the Italian National Championship. See you in the next one. We are into the final kilometers of the Belgium National Championship, and it's looking like a repeat of the French National Championship. We have a 5-man group out in front of the race with an 8-minute gap with 20 kilometers to go, and it looks like they will win the stage. Van den Berg is out in the front, and he's going to ride away. Here comes Bartolo though. Bartolo's going to catch up to him. Vania, Slers, and Brooks all down here, and they're trying to win the stage. They want to try and win the stage. Vania from Color Code, I know Flaskachil will be sitting out there cheering for this guy to win it, and if he's doing all the work right now, and it's going to be quite tough. Streak Brooks though is another guy to watch. He is quite the talent and will be looking like a strong guy to win today's stage if they stay out there. But 7 minutes and 16 kilometers, it's going to be tough for the peloton to catch them. But who's going to have the decisive attack? It looks like this stage will end in a mass sprint between these breakaways guys. Or I guess a decisive attack could really make a difference. If someone actually took all the powers, put it into attack, and forced another guy to pace, it could actually work. Because I doubt any of these guys really are interested in pacing right now. Because if you start pacing, you lose your sprinting ability. If you lose your sprinting ability, you lose your insurance. So, with 12 kilometers to go, there's still got a huge gap. Down the peloton though, people are trying to go. We see Van Kiersberg, Finn Hege, and Phil Kulin are all going away. And Lotto Belsal, time to set the pace now. Lotto Belsal really missed out though. They do have a guy in the front group, but it's not their strongest guy. They have guys like the Busher and so on that can do good in a race like this, but they decided to go for a young guy. They put their faith in Stig Brooks. Is he going to be able to win today's stage? Only time will tell. 10 kilometers to go. Who's going to be? Who's going to be though? We have 3M up here. We have Color Code. We have Ampost. We have Lotto Belsal. And we have, I don't even know who this is. It is, I mean, it's Wallonie Brussels. It's Wallonie Brussels. My bad. I should have known who that was. Not even certain. The peloton's actually catching quite a lot of time currently because these guys are away and the peloton is forced to pace. We see Frederick Williams in the pace, and in the front, nobody's willing to pace. They don't want to pace. Nobody's attacking. Nobody's willing to pace. We will have a bunch sprint. Who's looking like a favorite in the bunch sprint? It's impossible to tell. It'll be the guy with the most amount of left in the tank. I guess like a guy like Steve Brooks must have a lot of experience riding on Lotto Belsal. He might be a neo pro, but a team like that could really make the difference. Beto is trying to go. Beto is trying to go, and he's getting away. This is Wallonie Brussels' big chance. Color Code is trying to pace them back. We see Varnier setting the pace, and he now decides to attack. No one else is deciding to attack, but he's gonna go for it. Varnier is gonna go for it, and have caught the Wallonie Brussels guy. Here they go though. Slows is trying to attack, but here comes the final sprint is on. Van den Berg is going the outside. Steve Brooks is gonna go on his wheel in the front, but Till is still going. Varnier is on the left side, but Steve Brooks finds an open lane. Steve Brooks finds his open lane. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go for it. Oh, but Till can't follow the pace. But Till can't follow the pace. But Varnier is also looking good. With 1 kilometer to go, Steve Brooks looks like the guy who's gonna win the stage. But Varnier is going for it. Can he catch up? No. The Belgium national champion will be Steve Brooks from Lotto Belsal, the Neo Pro, wearing the national championship jersey in his first year in his professional career. What an achievement. Down here though, Van Kiesberg is gonna go for it. Van Kiesberg is a good sprinter. He can sprint this one home if he's gonna go for it. It's between him and Finn Hagen for that 6th place. Who's gonna go for it? No one has anything left in the tank, or they're just not willing to sprint for the 6th place. It doesn't mean anything from them. But from behind, Bookman's gonna come in. Also, Stigmans almost come in and took that bunch sprint, but that was that race. We're within the final kilometers of the Dutch National Championship, and you're joining me just as Lawrence and Dam and Tom Slagter attacks away from the main peloton. We see Vada Pols and Martin Chalinki are trying to catch up to the 2 guys in the front, or they might just be pacing in the main group for their captains. No, it doesn't look like it. We have a 23-man peloton going into the final 20 kilometers of today's stage in the Netherlands. Who is it going to be though? Vada Pols and Tom Dumoulin are going off the front. They want to go on their own. They want to go on their own. We now have a 2-man group in the front, followed up by an 11-man group with a bunch of favorites, and then we have a 12-man group that does not look that they'll be racing today, so it's going to be between these guys in the front. Now we have a 4-man group joining the front. They're lapping other guys who are falling behind. Lawrence and Dam is lapping other guys. Lawrence and Dam, Talia Slack, Vada Post, and Tom Dumoulin. It looks like the win of today's stage will be found from one of these 4 guys. From behind we see Carsten Kroon and Peter Wiening are both struggling to catch up to the 4 guys in the front. If they could catch up, they have a good chance of winning this. Johnny Hoogland also needs to catch up. He's a big favorite, so we're on a pre-favorite just who needs to catch up to the front group if you want to have any chance to winning whatsoever. But with 12 kilometers to go, Tom Slagter is leaving the other guys behind, and Tom Slagter is going on his own. He wants to win today's stage. He wants to be the national champion of the Netherlands, but Vada Pols is falling. Vada Pols wants to catch up to him. If there's a guy who can do this, if there's a guy who can catch up to Tom Slagter, it's Vada Pols. This man is a mean machine. He can put a high pace, he can attack, he can accelerate, he can do everything. Now Lawrence and Dam is going to the front. Lawrence and Dam, but no, they slow down. They can't work together. They can't agree on working together. Liz looks, no wait, they're attacking away from Lawrence Dam. Tom Dumoulin and Wout Poels are going together now. They are attacking, but Tom Slagter managed to get a 50-second gap. It's looking bad for these guys. They have to really work together to be able to catch him in the front. They're still attacking. They're still attacking, trying to catch up to him. And they're catching a big chunk. They're taking a big chunk out of his lead. Only 30 seconds between these guys now. And now Wout Poels goes to the front. He can see them. They have made eye contact. They can see Tom Slagter. Wout Poels is such a big machine. He's going for it. He is setting this high pace. And with 7 kilometers to go, he really want to have a try at winning today's stage. There's no fun of getting second or third place in the national championship. It's only the first place that matters. And Wout Poels is going to go for it. He really wants to win this. 5 kilometers to go. It's a 30-second time gap. Can they do it? They see Tom Slagter in the front. Tom Dumoulin is now going to the front. Tom Dumoulin is now going to the front. But no, it looks all over for these guys in the front. Tom Slagter can go down the downhill and go towards victory. It's going to be his first national championship ever. Congratulations. It looks like you will be able to take it home. He's going to take a victory lap against these guys. He's going to lap them, and he's going to be able to raise his hands already here with 2.5 kilometers to go. And behind them, we're going to have a good match between Wout Poels and Tom Dumoulin for that second place. Who is it going to be? Tom Dumoulin's going to the front, and he's actually dropping Wout Poels. He is taking the slipstream of Kaivoren. He's actually taking the slipstream. That looks to be cheating, but now Wout Poels is going to the front. But we want to see Tom Slagter cross the line. We want to see him rise his hands in the air and take the stage victory. But here from behind, Wout Poels is going for it. Wout Poels is starting the final sprint, but on the outside, Tom Dumoulin's going to take it. Tom Dumoulin is the fastest guy on the line today between these two. Behind them was Lawrence Dam, Carsten Krohn, Peter Wiening, and in comes the tailenders. That was it for this stage. See you in the next national championship. We're within the final kilometers of the German National Championship, and you're joining us just as Jonas Furlinger is attacking away from his fellow breakaway companions, and we're getting a repeat of the French National Championship in the beginning of the video. We have a breakaway that's got more than an hour down to the main peloton. There's nobody willing to follow the breakaway or catch them back, so we're going to see these three men duke it out on today's stage. Who's going to be the German National Champion? They are going to finish an hour ahead of the peloton. I think this has never been seen before, and once again I think it's safe to say that the peloton won't be able to make the time limit today, because they would have to ride really fast to catch an hour in 15 minutes. But here he goes again. Jonas Furlinger is going away. There is slippery roads today, so watch out you don't crash. We see Coop is trying to attack. Coop just doesn't have the same acceleration that Furlinger does. He's trying, but here goes Kern. Kern wants to go away. Kern is going in the corner. He's using this slingshot effect, and he has got a gap down to Coop. Kern versus Furlinger. Who's this going to be? It is raining today, guys, so really watch out. These corners can be very slippery and very dangerous. But who's it going to be, though? Furlinger or Kern is catching up to Furlinger. They're now side by side. They're now going to be working together to keep Coop away. But both Kern and Furlinger are both in difficulties, it's looking like. Kern used all his energy to catch up to Furlinger, and Furlinger has to be the favorite. He has to be the favorite. He can save energy now, and he's actually maintaining a gap. He is actually maintaining a gap down to Kern. Kern is not able to close this tiny gap here, and if it's going to be like that, Kern is not going to get the draft effect. Oh, Furlinger's going now with 8 kilometers to go. Furlinger's in the front. Kern is at the back. Kern is at the back of him, and he looks like he's in difficulty, but he is the counter from AG2R, and he's going to be able to maybe take the stage today. It's going to be between these two guys. Who's it going to be? It's going to be very interesting. Jonas Furlinger saying the pace of the front now. I think it's time to step away from the front and relax some energy. You might bring Coop back to the main front, but it's okay. It's not bad, because if you have a guy like him in the front, he's not going to be able to sprint, but I guess these two guys would rather have a 1 versus 1 than a 1 versus 1 versus 1. It increases the odds. It's a 50-50 instead of a 33%er. But Coop is making his way back now. They both stop pacing in the front. Coop is making his way back now. They're both thinking off the final sprint. Who's it going to be? Kern is having the best possible wheel. He's on Furlinger's wheel. He is on Furlinger's wheel. With 3 kilometers to go, Kern has the better wheel. But Furlinger's in the front. He can start the sprint whenever he wants. 20-second gap to Coop. Coop is coming back. Coop is coming back. Can he do it though? I doubt it. 16 seconds. He's going to have to launch his sprint very far out. But look at this. He is coming back. He is actually coming back, but he's not going to be able to do it. Jonas Furlinger launches the sprint. Jonas Furlinger is going for it, but Kern is able to react. Kern is going for the outside. Kern is going to find the outside. It's going to be on the line. Furlinger sits back down, and Kern is going to be the German national champion. And we're going to have Furlinger in second place and Coop in third place. And I think it's safe to say that the other guys won't finish today's stage. Here it is, the best national championship of this video, the Danish national championship. In the front we have a 2-man group. It is Schoenemann and it's also Kemp. These two guys have a 2-minute gap and a 5-minute group just behind them, consisting of Nicky Sørensen, Sebastian Lantern, Gordon Nielsen, Jesper Hansen, and Lost Back. These 5 guys are all they're all capable of winning today's stage. Gordon Nielsen is definitely one of the favorites of winning it. He's been very successful in real life, but these 2 breakaway guys in the front are getting help actually. They're lapping Sørensen, but Sørensen is helping them. We see unrightful treatment here. We see Sørensen setting the pace for Kemp and Schoenemann. This shouldn't be right. Sørensen has been lapped, and he's now helping the two bakeries. But their gap is actually decreasing. We could have a fight to the line here. We see that Tink of Saxon Bank is represented by two guys in the front, so of course they get the duties of pacing. But it looks like Jesper Hansen's done for the day, and Nicky Sørensen's gonna go to the front. Is he gonna attack? No, he's not. But he's getting near the front. Jesper Hansen and Nicky Sørensen working together. Nicky Sørensen has to be the big favorite. He's really capable of going uphill. But in the front though, it's Schoenemann. Schoenemann and Camp going together. But they only have a minute 30. They need to keep this up. They really need to keep up the pace, because these five guys from behind who can and will catch up if they don't keep the pace up. And it looks like Nicky Sørensen's really putting the hurt on now. Nicky Sørensen's left the other competitors. Nicky Sørensen's going for it. Lars Bak is now forced to react to it. Sebastian Lanter and Kurt Nielsen are both going for it. But Jesper Hansen's done for the day. He did his work for Nicky Sørensen. But now Lars Bak, Sebastian Lanter, and we see Magnus Kort setting a pace down there. And Nicky Sørensen is already catching up to Camp and Schoenemann in the front. And with 9 kilometers to go, if Sørensen catches up, he has to be the big favorite for today's stage. And yes, he now caught up. And he's just going to go straight by them. He's just going to go straight by them. He's leaving Camp and Schoenemann. They don't have the energy or the ability to follow Nicky Sørensen's high pace. He's just going straight by them. Let's take a time check. Lars Bak catching up though. Lars Bak has a 10-second gap. Camp is really putting all he's got into catching up to him. Lars Bak is losing time though. He's losing time. Sebastian Lantern missed out on this. Sebastian Lantern missed out on this. Lars Bak is really trying to catch up there though, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to it. And Camp is really struggling. Camp is really struggling. It looks like Nicky Sørensen is going to be able to retake this. He was the 2012 national champion of Denmark. And is he going to be the 2014 version? It sure looks like it. And 4 kilometers to go. Lars Bak really has to pull something out of his butt if he wants to win the stage. Nicky Sørensen goes over the hill for the last time. He goes over. Can he do it? Lars Bak is catching up though. The gap is decreasing. It's down to 20 seconds. Nicky Sørensen looks to be dead. Nicky Sørensen looks to be dead, but he's going to take the corner. He's going to be in the favorite. 2 kilometers to go. He's going to go for it. Nicky Sørensen can already now raise his hands in the air and say, thank you gods, thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to be winning the national championship, and I'm definitely going to the Tour de France. So Nicky Sørensen, the Danish national champion, and in second place we have Lars shooting back. Here comes Marco Kamp, or he's actually Kamp. Kamp is going to go for it. Kamp and Schoenemann fighting for that third place. It's going to be Kamp taking third place, Schoenemann in fourth place, Sebastian Lanner in fourth, Magnus Kort Nielsen sixth, and Jesper Hansen finishing seventh. We're in probably the smallest national championship. It is the Swiss national championship. In the front, we have Daniel Wiss, and we have Gergi Rasht and Chon Knox. Who's it going to be? One of these three guys are going to win this national championship jersey from Switzerland. My money won't be on Gregory Rasht. Gregory Rasht has the experience. He has the willpower. He knows what to do like this. He'd be pretty much, you can compare him to a mini Fabian Cancellara. He knows when to do what, and he's capable of doing anything, basically. He can heal, he can sprint, he can do anything. But a guy like Daniel Wiss, if you bring him to the finish line, he's going to be able to outsprint you, so you have to get rid of him at some point. But there are plenty of hills to do it with the 15 kilometers to go. Behind them, Michael Albacini and Oliver Suga both leaving the peloton. Stefan Reichberg is also trying to go with Jonte Schub. We see a bunch of IM cycling guys trying to just lead the chase in the peloton, but they're not able to catch up. This Switch team is really trying their best, but with a 20-minute gap, and they're not going to be able to catch up. And Gregory Rasht is going. Gregory Rasht is leaving Daniel Wiss behind. He's leaving him. He wants to go on his own. I said he had to do this. If you want to win this stage, he had to leave Wiss behind, because this guy is a much better healer plus flag guy, but Daniel Wiss can sprint. So if you bring Daniel Wiss to the sprint, he's going to beat you. And with 10 kilometers to go, Daniel Wiss is using all his energy to catch up to Rasht, and he's not able to do it. As they're turning the corner, going up one of the final hills of today's stage, it's actually the penultimate hill of today. Daniel Wiss has made contact with Gregory Rasht, but Gregory Rasht is quickly creating separation once again, and is now leaving Wiss behind. He's actually going 5 kilometers faster, going 5 kilometers an hour faster than Daniel Wiss, and is now leaving him behind once again. It looks like a repeat, but here they go now. They actually have a nice scenery to the left. If they take a small break and look to the left, they have a nice little lake looking at. Just take a break, take a fishing pole, get some fish. But this is the national championship. You don't want to do that. So here we go though. Gregory Rasht is going on to the final 5 kilometers with a 20-second gap down to Daniel Wiss. It's not looking good for Wiss, but Wiss could catch up, and if he makes contact, he can outsprint Rasht. But Rasht is looking good. Rasht is looking really good, and with 3 kilometers to go, he's going to be looking to be the favorite to win this national championship jersey from Switzerland. He is turning now. He's going to go into the final 4 kilometers. It's a bunch of hairpin turns. Watch out, you don't crash. There's a bunch of danger in these turns. If you crash now, you lose all possibilities. They can actually see the finish line from here. It's just a few more turns, and they are there. This is probably for the benefit of Daniel Wiss. This is the benefit of Daniel Wiss. With all these corners, Gregory Rasht has to slow down at every single corner. But there goes Gregory Rasht. That was actually not the actual finish line, but here they go. They can see all the spectators. He can be applauded by all the spectators. He's gonna gonna raise his hands in the air and say, thank you God, I'm gonna take the national victory, and he has won it. Second place Daniel Wiss. Third place we're gonna have Januksk from which team is this? I do not recognize his team. This team is Vorarlberg, and he's gonna come in a nice third place, and that's gonna be good for the team. And we're gonna see if Albacini and Oliver Suggs makes it to the finishing line. It is now the Americans' time to shine. I decided to add something to the video because I was watching these national championships and I thought I need to add something, so I added this pretty face. But into the American race, in the front, Hansen's driven away. The United Healthcare guy has left even Hoffman behind, and also Ben Russell has been left behind. But the peloton is chasing really fast. We see Gunming Sharp and BMC working together to catch a breakaway. They have Peter Stedner and Tom Danielson, so both teams can win this stage. They just need to catch the breakaway. Let's take a look. How much time do they actually have up to Hansen in the front? They have a 2-minute gap. That's going to be quite tough to catch, but when the big guns start to explode, we will see them doing it. And here they go. Lawson Craddock and Tom Daniels has left the main group. Stedner is going with him. Also, Matthew Bush has also been going with him. 15 kilometers to go now, though, but they have to catch 2 minutes. Can they catch 2 minutes? It's going to be quite tough, but I believe they can do it. It's already down to 1 minute 40, and with 13 kilometers to go, it's going to be possible, but they need to keep up the pace. And Peter Stedner is trying to leave Tom Danielson and company behind, and is actually succeeding for him. He is now caught up to Hoffman, who looks to be totally dead, and Stedner is now making his move onto Hansen. Can he do it? It's going to be tough, but with 10 kilometers to go, he's got 50 seconds up to him. It's definitely possible. Tom Danielson has left the other guys behind. Matthew Bush is trying to follow. Also, Lawson Craddock wants to catch up, but it looks like it's going to be Tom Danielson trying to catch up to Peter Stedner, and Peter Stedner still has to catch up to Hansen in the front, and it's going to be quite the task. But it looks like Hansen is on the day of his life, and he needs to have the day of his life if he wants to win the national championship and wear that American jersey for an entire year. He's currently got 40 seconds down to who is Peter Stedner behind him, but we see the other guys have now caught up to Stedner, and that's probably for the better, because with 3 guys they're going to work better than 1 guy. But we see Lawson Craddock is still setting a high pace in the front. Lawson Craddock, the young talent from Giant Shimano, is leaving the other guys behind now. Tom Danielson and Peter Stedner can't follow the high pace, but in the front, Hansen still has a minute with 4 kilometers to go. It looks like Hansen's going to take this one. I think I put my money on Hansen. The other guys have made eye contact with him, but it's going to be so tough to keep up. He needs to die on this final hill. He needs to literally stand still, and it does. Oh, actually, he's coming up. They're coming up behind. They're coming up. 30-second gap now. They're coming up. They can see him. They can smell that jersey. They can taste the jersey. Can they get it? Can they get it? 2 kilometers to go for Hansen. The other guys need to accelerate now. 40 seconds. 35 seconds. Lawson Craddock is coming up. 2 kilometers to go. Can they do it? Will they explode? 2 kilometers. 1.5. Oh my God. Peter Stedner. Somebody needs to attack. Otherwise, it's going to be Hansen. Lawson Craddock goes once again. Lawson Craddock is going forward. Lawson Craddock is going to go forward. You can see Hansen on the left line rouge. Can he get it? No, it's going to be too late, I think. It's going to be too late for Lawson Craddock, but it's going to be on the line. Hansen is sitting up. Why are you sitting up? Why are you sitting up? It's going to be for Hansen. Oh, that was close. Ken Hansen takes it. Why was he sitting up? That was way closer than it could have been. But Ken Hansen takes the American Championship on the line. And we're into the final kilometers of the Colombian National Championship. And it's looking like the new Tinkoff Saxo-Bank talent. What's his name? Something Beltran. I'm not sure what his first name is. I was going to say Oscar, but it's Edwald Beltran. Not quite sure what it is, but it's Beltran, it's Parara, and it's Bolio in the front. You might be watching on screen right now thinking, wait, why are you saying this, Philly? We obviously see like 10 guys passing them right now. That is because these guys have lapped the peloton multiple times and have a 13-minute gap down to the 2 riders behind them, which are Arredondo and Acevedo. But Bolivar is leaving the other guys behind. Bolivar is leaving the Caio Real and the Tinkoff Saxo-Bank rider behind, and he's going to go on his own with 18 kilometers to go. Can Bolivar pull it off? That's going to be one hell of an attack if he can actually pull it off. Parra's pacing really fast to get him back though. He won't allow this, and he's trying to get rid of Beltran while doing it, but it looks like he's just pulling Beltran back up there, and Bolivar is actually also looking really strong. If you look at the course, it really suits Colombians. It is ridden in Colombia, and it really suits the Colombian. It's a lot of hills, and it's steep hills, but it's also fast acceleration hills. Like, if you go really fast, you can drop your competitors, and that is what Bolivar is trying to do. Parra is also trying to do it, and it looks like they're trying to use some of the draft effect they're getting from the guys they have lapped, but they're all together now in the front. Parra, Bolivar, and Beltran are all together in the front with 13 kilometers to go. Who is it going to be? So far, I'd say Beltran has the best chance of winning because he used no power. He didn't attack or he didn't pace. So He just sat there, got the draft effect, and relaxed. That's also why he is the one going to the front right now, just because the other guys don't want to pace, and they have to pace, because behind them we see Arredondo and Acevedo trying to catch up to them. And if they slow completely down, 10 minutes is not completely out of the park, but who knows, it's going to be quite tough for them. 10 kilometers to go for the 3 guys in front. They have completely slowed down. Neither of them wants to go, but Bolivar goes again. Bolivar is trying to leave the other guys behind, and we see no immediate reaction. Parra and Beltran are sitting back, relaxing. This could be the decisive attack from Bolivar. He is going on the penultimate climb of the day, but Beltran is now trying to leap around behind. He's trying, no, he doesn't get anywhere. He simply doesn't have the acceleration to get anywhere. And now Parra is going to have to pace him back again. This is a repeat of the last time they went over this climb. This time though, we might see Beltran trying to do something, because I doubt that Parra really has what it takes to catch back up. But he is forced to do it. Already has a 30-second time gap. Bolivar has already created a 30-second time gap, and it doesn't look good for Beltran and Parra. Beltran has to get to the front soon, and he does get to the front now. Beltran realizes that he needs to pace. If he wants to win this championship, he needs to put in his share of the work as well, because Parra is not strong enough to do it all for him. All in the front though, Bolivar is looking really strong, and with 6 kilometers to go, and it's going to be mostly downhill until the finale. But we saw in the American Championship, it can get really close in the end if you don't ride 100% of the time. So, are we going to see another Ken Hansen versus Lewis Craddock? Lawson Craddock, my bad. Could happen between Beltran and Bolivar, but I doubt Beltran has what it takes. Like, we see that Parra and Beltran really work together, and with 3 kilometers left, it looks like Bolivar is going to take the Colombian national title. That's going to be a real big success for United Healthcare. But from behind, Parra and Beltran is coming really fast. They're both coming really fast. And Bolivar is sitting up. He is sitting up. Parra is setting a high pace. When are we going to see Beltran release his energy? He's going right now. Bolivar doesn't have the energy to pace. He does not have the energy. He's sitting down. Beltran is catching up from behind now. Beltran is catching up. Bolivar is still sitting in the front though. We're going to have a sit-down sprint. Parra is trying to catch up though. 3 guys. No energy. Who's going to take this? Bolivar is still sitting nicely in the front. But with gradients of 5%, it looks like Bolivar is going to be the guy with the most left in the tank. Beltran is just not able to catch up, but he's coming outside now. Could it be late? Could it be left? Very, very late. No. The winner is gonna be Bolivar from United Healthcare. 2 victories in a row to United Healthcare. We're gonna see Arredondo, Acevedo, and Duarte coming in top 5 as well. Into the final kilometers of one of the smaller national championships. It's the Russian one. There are only 3 teams in this national championship: Team Katusha, Tinkoff Saxo, and Russia Bike Team. So, we're going to only be seeing like 19 riders riding this race, so it's going to be a high-paced race. In the front though, we have Voganov and Pushnikov riding away from the peloton, but in the peloton, we see that Tinkoff Saxo Bank is setting the pace. Petrov wants to ride for his teammate, which is, I think it's Trusov, yeah, it's their sprinter Trusov, who they are riding for. So in the front though, they still have a minute 20. Can Petrov ride back the breakaway? The other teams won't be interested in riding them back, because they both have a rider in the breakaway. So we'll be seeing, can Tinkoff Saxo Bank ride back the peloton and make it in the bunch sprint, or can they not do it? Let's take a look. Who does Katusha have as their main sprinter? Kolovnev is definitely not a sprinter. Trefimov is a mountain guy. They actually don't have a single sprinter on their team. Meanwhile, we see that Trusov is definitely a decent sprinter from Tinkoff Saxo Bank. Russia Bike don't have a single sprinter either. So if Tinkoff Saxo Bank can bring this back into a sprint finish, then we'll probably see Trusov winning it. But in the front group, they are not agreeing on things. Voganov's attacking away from Pushnikov. Can he get away though? He's creating a 5-second gap now. He's got to, it's easy to create the gap, but it's difficult to keep the gap, and that's what we're seeing right now. Voganov can try and create the gap, but he can't keep it because Pushnikov is coming from behind. He's trying to catch up now, and with 8 kilometers to go, Voganov's leaving behind. It looks like Voganov has a good chance of winning today's stage. Pushnikov really has to put in a big dig to come back up now. Look at this, look at this. He has all the spectators just shouting their names. They're chanting their names, probably in Russian because it's the Russian Federation. But in the front, Voganov is getting away. He's got a 30-second time gap down to Pushnikov. It's probably that like Pro Tour experience that is making Voganov win the stage, and we're gonna see Pushnikov come in second place. I don't believe the peloton will be able to catch up with a 2-minute time gap with 4 kilometers to go. In the front, Voganov is gonna take the turn. He's gonna take a couple of turns, and he's gonna be on straight away, and he's gonna be able to sprint to victory unless Pushnikov can find something. I really doubt it. I don't see him really being able to win the stage. He has to really surprise everybody and just sprint for life and death. But we'll see what happens. Voganov in the front with 2 kilometers to go. He's going to go over the La Flamme Rouge any second now, and is going to be able to take the Russian national jersey, and he's going to be wearing that for an entire year. Pushnikov is the first loser, also getting second overall. That's normally what you call the second place guy. He's the first loser. So I'm sorry to Russia bike team. You weren't quite able to win the stage. In the front, Voganov's putting up his arms like this, and it's gonna take the victory. Congratulations to Team Katusha. You are the rightful owners of this jersey. Team Katusha has been the only real Russian team in this sport. Now Team of Saxo Bank changed from Danish to Russian, so they'll get some competition with Oleg Tinkov. But Katusha has been dominating the Russian side for years now, so it's only fitting that they also win this jersey. Let's take a look at the main bunch sprint. Porsev is going to win this in front of Fasanov. Trusov is not even able to win this. Porsev is going to come into third place. So even if we're going good for Team of Saxo Bank, they wouldn't have been able to win the jersey. We're within the final 20 kilometers of the Portuguese National Championship, and this championship has been really fun to watch so far. There have been breakaways, there have been pacing, and we only have a 25-man group going into the final 20 kilometers, so I'm expecting attacks right now. You see this climb, it really reminds me of the Colombian climb. It's the same grades and all that stuff. So I expect Thiago Machado, Jose Mendes, and all these guys to attack really soon. And as I say that, the peloton actually splits up. We have a 7-man group riding away. It's Sergio Paulinho, Bruno Perez, Salva, Muster, Sousa, Mendes, and Machado. It looks like Team Neda Benjora is really in the driver's seat in this race currently. 8 guys in the front who caught up. We have Sousa who caught up from Boa, and we see other teams trying to catch up who missed out on this little breakaway. But there's a 3-man group in the front. Now Thiago Machado and Bruno Perez are going away from the front together. Mushta is catching up. Mushta from Ibrapol is catching up. But Bruno Perez and the other guys have to do something, because they have a 7-man group right behind them trying to catch up to them. That's going to be quite tough. And in the front actually, Mushta has managed to drive away. And now Machado and Bruno Perez is forced to work together and pace him back. But meanwhile, Mendes and Sousa are catching up. It's going to be pretty good for Team Neda Benjora if Jose Mendes could catch up. But he would also bring all the other riders with him. So I'm not really sure it's the best possible solution for them. Because if they bring Jose Mendes up, they also bring Sousa and Sousa up. So I don't think that's Machado's choice. Machado's choice right now is just to ride all out and try to catch up to Mushta in the front. And now they're going over the penultimate climb of the day. Bruno Perez is getting dropped by Machado. Machado manages to drop Perez. Perez is in trouble. Mushta, though, looks also like he's in trouble, though. He looks like he's in pain. But we see Machado doing something about it. Machado is setting a nice pace while they're going on to the Flamme Rouge. This is not actually the final 1 kilometer. It's a circuit, so it's the final 10. But Thiago Machado has managed to drop Bruno Perez and Mushta, and he's getting a 5-second gap on them. Bruno Perez and Mushta doesn't seem to be able to keep up this high pace, but Machado has to be hurting on this. I don't believe that he can keep this pace up for much longer. Good, gladly for him, though. Good thing for him is there's only 9 kilometers left, so he doesn't need to keep up for that long. Meanwhile, behind them, we see Sousa and Sousa setting a high pace, and they have dropped Jose Mendes. They have dropped him, so it's not a really good. It's not a possibility anymore for Thiago Machado to wait. If Thiago Machado waits, he loses. But he's only got a 15-second time gap down to Mushta and Bruno Perez. But Bruno Perez is not contributing. He is not pacing in this group, and he needs to pace right now if he wants to catch Thiago Machado. This is exactly the thing we saw in the Colombian race. They caught the leader at the final climb, and they just weren't able to pass him. They were not strong enough, and they weren't time enough for them to catch up. Can Bruno Perez and Mushta work together and catch up to Thiago Machado? He's got a 15-second time gap with 4 kilometers to go. Bruno Perez has to work with Mushta if they want to catch up, though. But here they go. They're going on the final climb of the day. Ooh, Machado's really slowing down. He's not taking the best possible line in this turn. We saw him slow down a lot. But here they go now. We're into the final 2 kilometers, and Bruno Perez is going to the front. Now Bruno Perez wants to work with him. Machado's in the front, and he's slowing down, though. The time gap is increasing. Surprisingly enough, it's increasing. But now Bruno Perez and Mushta are trying to catch up. They are attacking with 1 kilometer to go. This looks like a complete repeat of the Colombian Championship. They just can't catch up to Machado. Bruno Perez doesn't have what's... He doesn't have it. He literally doesn't have it. He can see him up there, but he can't catch up to him. That is so bad for Team of Saxo Bank. 2 second places. What's his name? Beltran couldn't catch up, and Bruno Perez can't catch up to Thiago Machado. Congratulations to Team Neda Benjora and Thiago Machado for taking the Portuguese National Championship. Meanwhile, we see Sousa and Sousa, and Adriano Cardoso really missed out on today's stage. He was one of the favorites, but didn't have what it took to win this stage. We're in the final kilometers of the Polish National Championship, and in the front we have a 3-man group. It's Marcinski, Polianski, and Brailovsky. These 3 guys can all sprint, and we actually see Brailovsky's attacking away. Brailovsky is leaving Polianski and Marcinski behind. Neither of them are willing to pace currently. In the peloton we see that Bauhaus is setting a pace, but Husarski is now attacking away. The breakaway has a gap of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and they need to do something in the peloton, and we actually see Husarski is trying to catch up, and no one is reacting to it. Nobody in the peloton is willing to pace. The peloton's only 20 man big, so if you do pace, you lose your chances of winning. Meanwhile, in the front, Marcinski has taken it on him to pace down Brailovsky, sorry, third time's the charm, huh? And now Poljanski's also going to the front. So unlike the other national championships, we actually see the two chasing riders working together in this national championship. But behind though, can Husarski catch up? Are we going to see 2 in a row for Team NetApp Endura? They just won with Thiago Machado. Are they going to be able to win with Husarski? In the front though, they seem like they have slowed down the pace, and Brailovsky is reacting to it. Brailovsky's leaving the other guys behind. He knows that he's not capable of beating these guys in the sprint. And with 10 kilometers to go, these guys are not reacting. But Brailovsky is slowing down once again. They only have a 10-second time gap go. He only has a 10-second time gap. He needs to keep up a high pace. Oh, Marcinski sees Poljanski is getting water. He sees him asking for water at the team car, and Marcinski is taking advantage of it. He's leaving his breakaway companions behind. Now Poljanski is setting a high pace. He knows that he has to do something, and now he's trying to attack away from Brailovsky. Brailovsky is not able to keep up the pace, but 20-second time gap between Poljanski and Marcinski. Are they going to be able to win this? Is Marcinski able to keep up his high pace and win it? Poljanski is setting all he's got. He's going for a really deep dig to beat Marcinski. And he needs to keep this pace though. It does not look like he's able to close the gap. There are 5 kilometers to go. Marcinski looks like he's going to be able to keep this up. Poljanski is not able to catch up to him. Meanwhile, also Brailovsky is not able to keep up. And Husarski just attacked a bit too late. 6 kilometers to go for him. He won't be able to catch up. In the front though, Marcinski is making a time gap too big for Poljanski. I doubt that Poljanski, the Neo Pro, is going to be able to catch up to Marcinski in the front. It doesn't look like he's capable of doing that. And Marcinski is going to be able to raise his hands and take the Polish National Championship in front of Poljanski and Brailovsky. So close to taking off Saxo Bank. This is the second place I think they've gotten so far in these national championships. They just can't win. But in the front, Marcinski is going to go over the line and wear the national championship jersey for an entire year. We're in the final kilometers of the Team NetApp National Championship. I'm just kidding, it's the Czech Republic National Championships. But Team NetApp are completely dominating this National Championship. Nobody's willing to do anything. They brought 3 riders, Leopold Koenig, Jan Bata, and Pardour, and they're literally owning everybody. In the front, Pardour has a 4-minute time gap down to his captain, Leopold Koenig, who's making his way up there. In the peloton, we don't see anybody willing to attack, willing to pace. Bagnac brought 9 riders, I think, or 8 riders. Yeah, Bagnac brought 8 riders, and yet they're not willing to pace. Look at this. They're not willing to pace, even though they brought 8 riders, and they're not gonna win the stage. It's gonna be Team NetApp Endura winning the stage with either Pardour or Leopold Koenig. I mean, they could give it to Leopold Koenig to have the national championship on a guy who's gonna be riding in the World Tour stuff, but giving it to a guy like Pardour would also show that you care about your teammates, your luxury riders. Pardour is not normally a guy who wins stages, but giving him this would be quite an honor. Let's see what Team NetApp are gonna do. He's got a 3-minute time gap down to Leopold Koenig. I would think he would wait for Leopold Koenig. They could ride over the line together, and it'd be quite fun to see if they're actually gonna sprint against each other. I don't know if they have like a designated leader, or they're just riding a free-for-all, saying whoever has the legs, whoever wants to do it, gets the jersey. But Leopold Koenig is definitely riding time down on his teammate. Just before Pardour had a 3-minute time gap, it's now down to 2:20. So if he is waiting, it's working. If he's actually trying to win the stage, I don't think it's working for you, Pardour. You're losing time. But if you are trying to win the stage, you have 10 kilometers to distance Leopold Koenig another 2 minutes. He's got 2 minutes, and he can't lose that much time. But Leopold Koenig is on a vendetta. He wants to win the stage, and he's going really fast, and he's trying to catch up to his teammate. And with 10 kilometers to go, he needs to keep up this pace. Like, he can do it if Pardour waits. I don't think he can do it if Pardour is going strong, because he's gonna, like, Pardour is gonna cross a line with like 30 seconds down to Leopold Koenig. At least that's how it's looking currently. And this is how the national championship of the Czech Republic has been so far. It's been gravel roads, it's been a lot of breakaways, it's been guys trying to attack, but it's only Team NetApp Endura that's actually gonna pull the stage victory off. Gonna be quite interesting to see. Can Leopold Koenig catch up to Pardour in the front? 1 minute time gap with 4 kilometers to go. Leopold Koenig is coming fast. If you can see him in the distance, he is right there. He is right behind him. He is coming. 40-second time gap. Leopold Koenig is gonna take the victory from his teammate. This could be something the newspapers will be talking about for ages if Leopold Koenig takes the stage victory and the national jersey away from Pardour. But there's still a 30-second time gap, and it looks like Koenig is slowing down. If Koenig is slowing down, it's a nice move by him, but he got close. But now he's actually sprinting for it. Koenig is sprinting for it. Koenig wants his national jersey, but Padour in the front is also trying to sprint for it. Can Koenig do it? 1.5 to go. No, it looks like the young rider Padour is going to take it. Leopold Koenig wasn't fast enough, and it was a free-for-all. Congratulations to Team Net Enjoy, first and second, and Franciszek Padour takes the jersey. We're into the final kilometers of the final national championship in this video. It is the Ukraine national championship. In the front, we have Shinitsky and Jaroslav Popovic fighting it out for the championship. Meanwhile, down the peloton, we see Buk trying to pace it. Andrei Grivkov is also going to the front trying to set a pace. But there's nobody going to this national championship. We only have 10 guys signing up for this national championship. So I think it'll be between Jaroslav Popovic and Shinitsky in the front. And if I have to give it to one guy, I think Jaroslav Popovic is just a more experienced rider, and he also broke away from the peloton trying to catch up to Shinitsky in the front, and so far he's doing quite a good job because he's only got 20 seconds up there, and Jaroslav Popovic will soon make contact with Shinitsky, and it's going to be Shinitsky versus Popovic on the line, or we could just see Popovic ride straight by him and go for the victory. But with 13 kilometers to go, Popovic still hasn't made contact, so if Shinitsky keeps up a high pace, I don't think Popovic will be able to keep up. If Popovic doesn't catch up soon, I think he won't be able to win the stage, but it's going to come down to the line. I think Popovic knows what he's doing. He's got that professional Pro Tour experience, so he will try to do his best to win the stage, and it's looking like he's going to catch up now. Yes, he is attacking. He is accelerating to catch up to him, and is he just going to go straight by him now? Is he just going to go straight by him? That would be the pro move. Oh, and here they see him on the other side. We're getting into an 8 cross here, and they do see the other pelotons chasing them, and they have a 3-minute time gap. But Popovic, for some reason, is slowing down. Popovic and Shinitsky are both slowing down now, and with 8 kilometers to go, they're side by side. Who is going to be this year's Ukraine national champion? The odds probably say that Popovic is going to be better, but Shinitsky, don't rule him out. It's a 1 versus 1. It's a 50% chance for winning this race, and also a 50% chance of losing this race, but who knows? The best man will win today. Popovic is sitting on the left side, Shinitsky on the right side, and the peloton is actually catching up. Somehow, that they have slowed completely down. The peloton's catching up, and with 7 kilometers to go, the peloton can't see the guys in the front, and they're gonna catch up, and we're gonna have a bunch sprint finish for the final national championship. What a surprise! What a surprise! Popovic used so much energy to try to catch up to the guy in the front, and somehow the peloton has made it their way back, and we're gonna have a 10-man sprint for the championship. My money would be on Andrei Grivkov. I think Andrei Grivkov is gonna have the biggest chance of winning this race. He looks to be the strongest, and he hasn't used any energy whatsoever. So look out for Grivkov and Popovic. Shinitsky might also be a guy for this, but here they go. Manko sprinting for it. He's got Grivkov on his wheel. Popovic is going on the right side. Popovic is also sprinting. He's got Shinitsky on his wheel. Popovic is in prime position, but here comes Matlusenko. Matlusenko is going. Matlusenko is going, but Popovic on the right side. He just doesn't have the acceleration. It's going to be Matlusenko on the left side. He is so strong. Where's Andrei Grivkov? Andrei Grivkov's too far behind. It looks like Matlusenko is going to take this one, but here comes his teammate. Gratchen is going to come. He's going to take that second place in front of Popovic. Povic's not going to be able to have that up. He's not going to be able to sprint as fast as he used to be. And Grivgenko is not going to be fast enough either. It is the Matlushenkov who's going to win it. He is from whichever team is this. It is Sinerbuka. No, it's Turgo. They're going to win the Ukraine National Championship. Congratulations. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, please leave a comment, please share this video around. This has been a 2-day thing for me. It's taken 2 days to get all these things together. It's quite tough, and recording with a face cam on, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's not normally something I do when I shoutcast because my face looks retarded, and I know it, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to watch my other things. Tour de France is coming up really soon. I'm going to do Tour de France to fill that away, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe to not miss a thing.